Hello and welcome to episode 9 of my series of OmegaRuby online battles. I am Palpitoadman, and this is called Hate Storage Space. It has nothing to do with the battle, but I ran out of storage space on the computer just as I was about to get this battle up, and so it's been like a week since my last video, and it's really just the storage space's fault. Please don't hate me. It took me several days to get down enough just to get the video off the SD card. So we're just going to jump right into this battle here. We have a pretty interesting lineup on the opposing team. They have a Smeargle, and Smeargles could mean almost anything. And I really love the set on this Smeargle, even though I know it's like the opponent, but it was really clever. And it was a really close and awesome battle this time around. So Talonflame went for Quick Guard, which was cruel and unusual punishment for my Fake Out. And it had Dark Void from a Darkrai. And I just was stunned, because 80 accuracy, but it missed Ludicolo, luckily giving it a free Hydro Pump to one-hit KO Talonflame, taking it completely out of the running for the battle. So that was so close. I could have easily lost right there just by getting them both put to sleep. But it has Moody with defense increase and an evasiveness drop, which would make Hydro Pump a guaranteed hit, so he didn't like the odds of that. But Raichu was fast asleep, and they went for another Dark Void, Ludicolo avoiding it again. It was so lucky. His dancing keeps him awake all the time. Unfortunately, they had a Focus Sash, and that was very frustrating there. But, of course, Heatran goes for Heat Wave, and that's neutral coverage on them both, but it does a fair amount to them both. They're both pretty yellow right there, and so it increases but loses special defense, increases evasiveness. So we take Smeargle out right there because that was just a recipe to die, and brings in Ferrothorn, my least favorite Pokemon ever. So let's see, Talonflame got knocked out, right? Yeah. Woo. Okay, so I went for Giga Drain on a Ferrothorn. It was 4 times ineffective. I've seen a lot better 4 times ineffective moves than that, but so the Heat Wave unfortunately wipes them both out. Whoop whoop. That was such a sad moment right there, losing them both. They're like my BFFs forever. I love leading with those two. It's so cool. But anyways, again, for the huge gap in videos, it was purely because I ran out of storage space. I had this video ready days ago. Like, I think on maybe Sunday? Yeah, I was ready to record Sunday, but then the storage space ran out. I didn't have time to try and clean out yesterday. Like, I tried cleaning out Sunday, still wasn't enough. It was horrible. And so now I finally got this up. But I cleaned it out the second I got home today, and so I'm making this a little earlier than usual, which is good. So I go for Tailwind, thinking someone's going to protect or something, and my Earth Power fails to hit Heatran, and I'm forced to use it another turn on Heatran. But everyone's at double speed, and unfortunately I can't get out of Earth Power at any point anymore, because Specs, and there's nobody left to switch, so... He still has Smeargle, so even if I had managed to knock out, like, everyone, I don't know. But anyways, I take Ferrothorn away because I hate it forever, and so I used Earth Power on the amazing little Heatran right there. And I would like to demonstrate the sheer power, or the sheer force, if you will, so good, on Heatran from my Nidoking. Love it so much. Leech Seed, unfortunately, still does damage. And so he has the 1 HP Smeargle left that uses Spiky Shield. Brilliant on a special attacker. So Skydrop drops Ferrothorn, unfortunately, back onto the field. Hate it for days. And that did a decent amount of damage. I did like about a third, but Leech Seed and Leftovers is going to kill that entire thing. So it goes for the Leech Seed on Aerodactyl, and now they're both seeded, and now it just gets like Eternal Recovery. The battle really slowed down at this point, and I was starting to get quite bored. So, you know, I did not know what was going to happen, and so I sort of just let it recover a ton of HP, and then Nidoking gets sapped. This was a sad moment for me. So, this was when I decided I needed to PP max everyone's moves, actually, because the Aerodactyl almost, like... I realized that it needed a lot of rock slides for the future, so, I don't know. I decided at that moment it was time to PP Max Rock Slide. And of course they go for Wide Guard, so that blocks Rock Slide, but Earth Power, oh right, I aimed at Forever Thorn. That was quite terrible. I was so sad at this point because I knew I wasn't going to win, but I am not a forfeiting person. So I just let this battle go out. Maybe I could knock out Smeargle, I was thinking. Maybe I could get rid of Smeargle. But with the double Leech Seeds and all that, and now my Tailwind was gone, I was not in a good position. But at least we have a very good physically offensive Smeargle, am I right? I didn't go for Dark Void, which would have ruined my entire day forever, putting those two to sleep. I think it was because his accuracy started decreasing, so that wouldn't have been a wise move on his part. But now it's just Aerodactyl and Nidoking firing off attacks. And it knows Power Whip. It knows Power Whip. Now it's just Aerodactyl and Ferrothorn duking it out, trying to kill each other so effectively. And so I, again, only going to make this series 20 episodes. I'll probably come back to online battles. I love them to death. But I do want to get into the Pokemon White Nuzlocke that I'm currently randomizing. I did most of it, like, I started working on it on Sunday, right before the video, because I was thinking, oh, I can get some of this done, and then I'll make a video. But storage space killed me. So I worked on that some more. It's a long thing. I'm doing a lot of like Pokemon change-ups, and it's gonna be fun. I'm very much randomizing it. It's gonna be a crazy Nuzlocke, and I'm gonna completely lose the whole thing for my usual OmegaRuby online battle. It's gonna rejig the whole screen, but I like this setup. It's the first like setup I've ever used, so I'm quite partial to it. But it just keeps setting up Leech Seed and protecting itself and frustration. And so I just Tailwind, knowing that's not going to do anything. I just double speed, why not? And so here he heals again, and again, and again. This was a ridiculously long battle. I got bored filming it, too, so I sort of was, like, doing work during that, too. Little algebra for y'all. And so I take Ferrothorn into the sky for my last little hurrah. And so, of course, he's healing again. So I have 5 HP left at the end of this turn. And so then I drop him from the sky. And dropping that, it's so heavy you would think that'd do a ton of damage. But Iron Barbs killed it. Because, that's the end of Aerodactyl. So I did lose that one. Obviously, there was no way I could have won. But I considered that to be, like, pretty great, like, for how I did. I could have done some things better, for sure, but I'm happy with how that went. I love the Dark Void Smeargle, though. So, thank you very much for watching. Special thanks to my opponent for a good match. My next video, you're going to be featuring Nidoking and Xerneas. Of course, you already know Nidoking's going to, yeah, it's going to be awesome, but keep an eye out for that. Remember, after the 20th episode, I'm going to be doing a Pokemon White Nuzlocke of all randomizedness, just because I love that game. And also, in terms of the recommended team from Skeptile13, I have Porygon too, so I need to get it to Z, but it has its full moveset, fully EV trained, fully IV trained bred. Everyone's fully bred, and also, Skeptile13 private messaged me after posting his comment and told me to replace Halacha on his recommendation with Klefki because, I don't know, I think it would, he thought it would, like, make it more, like, that way I would actually have a setter, so it would make more sense. And so, basically that's going to be how it's going to go. I've got Crawdont ready, and I've got Sneasel. It's not evolved yet, but it has its moveset minus, like, its last move that only Weavile can learn, so I need to heart scale that. The other 3 I've bred, but I have not EV trained or raised at all. So I'll be working on that. Should probably come around in a few more episodes, so be on the lookout for that. I'm going to have to battle him at some point. But thank you very much for watching again, and have a good day, everybody.